Grand Rising, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever, wherever, and whoever you are, welcome to Awakened Abundance, your go-to channel for that law of attraction, personal development, good feeling sauciness. Now, if you're checking this out for the first time, come on in, get comfy, have a browse around. Let us know if we can help you with anything in the comment section, and do feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, to our subscribers, just want to show some big love and appreciation. Really appreciate you guys. And again, look forward to seeing you guys in the comment section. It's nice to see what people are doing, how everyone's feeling, and maybe some hints on what they're liking, what they're feeling, all that kind of good stuff. Now, for the quick disclaimer, as I like to do, none of this is any kind of official, legal, financial advice. None of it. We're simply just explorers of universal principles, students of life, sharing our journey and hoping to, put some inspiration out there. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get to the source. So today, I'm feeling kind of inspired to talk about manifesting abundance. And while thinking on this topic, a song popped into my mind and it just wouldn't go. And the song was The Impossible Dream. Initially, I struggled to work out who sang this classic originally. So I had to go through a little bit of a Google search, love Google. Initially, I thought it was Frank Sinatra, but as I went down the rabbit hole, so to speak, I found an old musical called Man of La Mancha, rather. And I believe the singer in that musical was a man called Don Quixote. Hope I've said that right. But I listened to the song a few times and just found myself thinking about abundance, the dream, the importance of being steadfast in our quest for self-improvement. And that song, The Impossible Dream, it just felt like it aligned so much with what many of us encounter in life. The challenges of starting a new business, wondering if the business is going to survive, taking a risk on a new relationship. The idea of stepping out of your comfort zone towards your dream without nothing but faith and determination. So yeah, the song really resonated. Manifesting our dreams, it's probably obvious to say it's a wonderful aim, but what isn't so fun are some of the things that come along with that, like the process, the delays, the disappointments, the betrayal, the temporary failures. And it's interesting because one of the things that I'm starting to come to understand is that all of these things are ultimately part of the journey. And I've found in my own life experiences that sometimes they often turn out to be for our benefit in one way or another. I guess that's the beauty of hindsight. At the beginning of the journey, you don't see it. It's only once you've kind of broken through, you can look back and sometimes see how, like, the pattern of it all, how it all unfolded. It's an interesting thing. So, like, for many years, my impossible dream was to live life, that kind of laptop lifestyle, living financially free without the need of a 9-to-5 job. So my impossible dream, my quest, you could say, began in 2017, and I can honestly say that it's been a serious journey, and there's been some ups and downs, a lot of ups actually, and it's definitely been a time of growth, and it's certainly helped me appreciate a lot of things on a different level. And even though I haven't actually achieved this goal yet, I'm glad to be on the journey, because the thing about facing your goals, trying to achieve the impossible or trying to manifest abundance is, it can be quite scary. The idea itself is often exciting, but the journey can be quite intimidating. So while thinking about this whole idea, the impossible dream, manifesting our desires, our goals, our dreams, I found myself thinking about where we are today and simple things like how the aeroplane was once viewed as an impossible dream until the Wright brothers decided otherwise, and they were like, actually, we think it's possible. I once listened to a seminar which talked about the challenges that Henry Ford met when he instructed his team to design an 8-cylinder V8 engine. He was told by his engineers it wasn't possible, and Henry Ford basically continued with his goal, his desire, until the technology changed and it became a possibility. I'm reminded also of a book called The Magic of Thinking Big, where it's mentioned like the importance of focusing on goals with continued determination. The book goes on to ultimately talk about how limitations are either established or overcome depending on what we choose to think and believe. What an interesting concept. Kind of feels accurate to say that we're living in a time of manifested dreams. Might sound a little bit extreme, but if we kind of consider, like I mentioned earlier, I suppose aeroplanes, but we don't get on aeroplanes every day, do we? So if we look at more day-to-day stuff like the cars that we're driving, the TVs that we watch now, the mobile devices we're using. I mean, online shopping is pretty standard nowadays, but I remember actually questioning back in the day, like how the internet would even be useful. And yet, we shop online, we use the internet every day. All of these things, at one point, were all seen to be impossible dreams. So it's really a kind of interesting concept that what does it mean for something to be impossible? Because when you look back, the lifestyles that we have now, if you go further back enough, all of these were seen as manifestations and dreams that were basically beyond the possibility of reaching or manifesting. I recently received some news which has put me on a new path, and to many, what I'm trying to achieve would be seen as ridiculous. And this is the wonderful thing about how we perceive our goals and what's possible. I'm reminded of Henry Ford, who once said that whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way you're right. It's the thinking that makes it so. I'm also inspired by the likes of Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill's story was that his son was born with no ears, and he was told that his son would never have the ability to hear. Napoleon Hill chose not to believe this, and he spoke into existence that those professionals were wrong and that he will find a way to ensure that his son would hear one day. And with faith and research and technology, that proved to be true. Apparently they devised hearing aids that used a certain type of technology that enabled his son to hear, even though his son was born without any ears. How amazing is that? So yeah, I mean, at Awaken Abundance, we are definitely strong advocates of releasing limiting beliefs. And there's great evidence to support the doing away with thinking that we can't or that we're not enough. It's kind of like a confirmation bias, I suppose one could say, that if whatever you choose to believe, that's what you will believe. I think I'll go back to Hill. He put it much better than I just tried to. Napoleon Hill also said that whatever the mind can conceive, and bring itself to believe it can achieve. The first time I heard that, I found myself smiling, nodding, and it just felt like it burnt into my mind, because I just thought, my goodness, what a powerful statement is that. So yeah, this is a quicker one today. This was just talking about manifesting our dreams, and that ultimately, if we look into history, if we look at some of the most successful people that have walked the earth, some of the most successful people today, their manifestations come from a fundamental place of belief that their dreams are far from impossible. They just require effort. And isn't that a wonderful way to approach manifesting our dreams, with the understanding that it might be difficult, it might take a little while, but it's not impossible. It's just a challenge that we can all overcome if we choose to believe. I'd like to take this time to just say thank you all for viewing, and to wish you all a great day and an even better week. This is Awakened Abundance, talking about manifesting our dreams, inspired by the classic song, The Impossible Dream. Thank you.